Ireland, in the year 1913, was a rough and cutthroat society. Over 20% of the population was unemployed. This made crime and poverty massive problems in 1913. Entire families of 9 and 10 crammed into one tiny tenement. Dublin had many diseases running rampant. The biggest killer was tuberculosis, or TB. All of these problems gave Ireland the highest infant mortality rates in Europe. The conditions were so poor at the time, its closest modern-day equivalent is Calcutta, India. Possibly the most unfair part of living here, though, was the work conditions. For a 70-hour week, men would be paid only 70p and women a measly 25. In comparison to today's world, this was roughly the equivalent of earning under €2 an hour for men and just under 60 cents an hour for women. The International Labour Organization defines decent work as work done in a place of freedom, equity, security, and human dignity. We believe decent work is a contributing factor for economic recovery and growth, as it promotes sustainable jobs as opposed to temporary, unassured, or unfair work. During this project, our group came to 3 significant conclusions. Firstly, we were enlightened to the importance of the 1913 lockout and its contribution to the far better work conditions we have today. Without the work of Big Jim Larkin and the Irish Transport and General Workers Union, the high standards of jobs in Ireland and the outstanding work conditions that we have today would simply not be the same. As well as this, we now see how decent work has created a better future for our generation and for generations to come. It truly affects the way in which we live our lives, as now we know there are assured jobs. And finally, we learned how far our resilient little nation has come in the last 100 years. These days in Ireland, the minimum wage is over €7 an hour, which means the men and women of today working on minimum wage are earning nearly 4 times more than the men and women of 1913. This just goes to show how one idea or concept put into action can literally change the world.